Are you stuck on your current campaign and Tower of Oblivion stage and making seemingly no progress, awakening or progressing your team? If so, EmParallax here, and sit back as I go through my complete mid-game guide to help you efficiently progress through the grind and put you in a good place for late game. First, I am going to define mid-game in the context of this video. I consider mid-game when your lineup contains between 5-star and 7-star heroes. Now more than ever, with the addition of the 10-star heroes, I think mid-game stretches on a little farther. But with mid-game defined, let's take a look at what we'll be going over in this video. In order to give you a quick, easy, but complete mid-game guide, I broke the topics into two types: basic and main. Basic topics are straightforward yet still very important, so I won't be spending as much time on those. Where the main topics can be a little confusing, so I'm going to take a decent bit of time on each one to make sure all of you fully understand what you need to do to efficiently make it through mid-game. So with that, let's begin. It might seem simple and obvious, but daily quests are the first topic we are going to discuss, and they are important for multiple reasons. First, resources are critical in idle heroes, and the more of them you can get, the better. Second, I feel that doing the daily quests gets you in a good habit routine. There's a lot of poor decisions that can be made in idle heroes on purpose or just for lack of knowledge, but I feel doing the daily quests every day will help you prevent the ones that you will purposely make that could hinder your progress later in the game. Also, they might seem small, but over a large time, you will gain a lot of resources. Gems, in a month, you'll get about 4,800, chips 60, tokens 60, spirit around 2 million, and gold around 3.5 million. And now I know you might be saying, well, I need to use those chips and tokens to complete the daily quests. That is true, but then you have to realize whatever rewards you get from those, whether it be heroes, hero shards, artifacts, gear, will all add to that monthly total. So daily quests are an extremely important part of quickly getting through middle game. Next, we are going to talk about the campaign and tower progression. First, always progress as far as you can in both the tower and campaign stages or layers to not only get better idle rewards, but also to get instant resources, gear, and 5-star hero shards, which will be crucial in helping progress your squad through middle game. Second, do not, and I mean do not, waste resources to try to make a special team to clear one layer or campaign stage. That is a huge waste of resources, and this is where you're going to want to be patient as opposed to progressing. Third, it usually pays to idle on a boss stage in the campaign to get a possibility of better gear and 5-star or 4-star hero shards. Now I will be going over gear, artifacts, and stones. First, make sure you equip your best gear on your strongest heroes to maximize those stat boosts. Second, make sure you forge gear no more than 3 tiers behind your max. What I mean is that if your max item you can craft is, say, that 2-star orange, don't craft anything farther back than the 3-star red. Most people don't even like to craft gear, but I think it is very important to balance your gold spending with gear progression. Next, you are going to want to make sure you always have an artifact equipped. Any boost is better than none. However, I would not recommend starting to level those artifacts until you are at least a green tier quality artifact. Last but not least, make sure to only level your stones for A and S tier heroes, because they will most likely stay in your squad till late game. Our last basic topic is monsters. I'm not going to go over and tell you guys which monsters to pick. I have a separate guide for that, and I'm sure there's many more out there. Also, monster choice is largely personal preference, but I just wanted to emphasize that make sure you always have your monster maxed, because every little bonus to your squad and little bit of extra damage they deal helps. So that is going to wrap up the basic topic portion of this video. Now get ready to dive into the real meat of the guide. Gem management is crucial to efficiently progressing through mid-game. Just so everyone knows, this information is based on free-to-play players receiving the minimal amount of gems. I do have a separate section at the end of the guide that describes where you should spend those extra gems if you have them. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Here we have the marketplace. The first thing you're going to want to note is to never refresh the marketplace for gems. Secondly, I have the items broken up into two categories, buy and do not buy. These items are set up like this so you could maximize the efficiency and impact of your gem spending to help you make progress in the weekly events. As well, all the items in the do not buy category can mostly be obtained by being patient. As a completely free-to-play player, I'm going to suggest never spending any gems to refresh your tavern quests. I would do this until you get a better feel for how many gems you spend each day or each month, and get a little stockpile going. Only after you have a little bit more understanding would I recommend refreshing anything lower than a 3-star quest. The Aspen Dungeon vendors are extremely helpful. However, I would not purchase anything from the primary one because he's overpriced, whereas the medium one I would purchase all chips, the arena tokens if you need them, and the heroic scrolls if you can afford them. Now the senior vendor, I would purchase all tokens and chips. However, I would not buy any heroes and purchase the heroic scrolls if you can afford them. For the event raids, as a free-to-play player, I would purchase no additional battles for the gold challenge, no additional battles for the brave challenge, and as many battles as you can for the hero challenge. This is because gold and spirit and hero promotion stones you can obtain just by being patient. However, hero challenges, those hero shards, 3 and 4-star, and maybe even a few 5-star, will be crucial in helping you progress your squad. Lastly, event raid chests should only be purchased if there is something very specific you need and you have enough gems. Guild raids, on the other hand, should only be purchased if you're in contention to be bumped up an additional tier, say from going from 2nd to 1st place. The lineup progression is broken up into 2 sections, choosing your squad and advancing your squad. For choosing your squad, I have already made a very detailed 1 to 10-star lineup guide help video on how to appropriately choose your squad. So instead of reinventing the wheel, I'm going to link the mid-game section of that video that basically goes over how to choose your squad using the 4 prioritizations on the screen now. Just note that their mid-game section in this video is 5 to 7-star and the other video is 5 to 6. I widened the mid-game pool because I feel the majority of the players does not evenly rank up or advance their heroes from 5-star to 6-star to 7-star. I'm in there right now. I have a few 5-star heroes, a few 6-star heroes, and a few 7-star heroes, and I wanted to make sure that this guide accounted for the vast majority of the players. Moving on to how to advance your squad, I use 3 prioritizations. First, we have quality or tier. What you're going to want to do is get your hands on any tier list that you trust. I have a tier list. Many others also have tier lists. So find ones you like and then look and pick your highest tier hero and level or awaken them first. Because that is the heroes that will most likely be on your endgame squad, so you won't waste as many materials or resources on them. Next, if the quality of your hero is all the same from here on out, advance your heroes based on their inventory. So what I mean by hero inventory is if you have, say, two or three Normas, and you can 6-star her, I think it is better to go ahead and 6-star a Norma or even 6-star some lower tier heroes rather than wait for the perfect all high tier heroes. You might want to wait a little bit if you're close to, say, leveling a high tier hero. But for the most part, that is where patience versus progress comes in. You don't want to just sit around twiddling your thumbs waiting for the best squad you can possibly get, when you could take a little action now and progress your team out of middle game. Because now more than ever, with needing 9-star fodder for 10-star heroes, it isn't too much of a waste of resources to level some 9-star heroes up. Then, if you have all the same quality and hero inventory, the next thing you're going to want to do is just progress the heroes with the highest stars. So if you have a 6-star and a 5-star that could use the same material, and you could progress one from a 5 to a 6 and one from a 6 to a 7, progress the higher tier hero because you're more likely to waste less resources. This portion is more than just how to get a bunch of 5-star bots. However, 5-star heroes for fodder and for your team are extremely important to get out of middle game. However, I do have another dedicated guide to how to get 5-star. So what I'm going to do is, again, link or post in the description that video guide so everyone can get the in-depth all the information instead of me, again, reinventing the wheel. But the 6 main ways are listed on the screen. And the only difference between this video now and the guide is that you're going to want to be careful. I used to spend a lot more guild coins on heroes. I do think it's wise to spend a little bit less on heroes and more on tech, but I will discuss that in the guild section of this video. As you've just seen, weekly events are critical in getting quality 5-star heroes to progress through middle game. Beside from that, they are also a great way of obtaining better gear, artifacts, and other event or hero progression resources. What I did is I broke down the weekly events into 2 categories: easy to complete and hard to complete. First, easy, we have the casino, tavern, shelter, and arena weekly events. These events usually allow you enough time and aren't as costly to obtain the high tier rewards, whether that be for fully completing or mostly completing the events. However, the hard events such as heroic scroll summons, prophet orb summons, and those special events where you try to get certain items from idle campaign almost always require some sort of real spending to complete that event, or you need to skip 1 or 2 of the events just to obtain and collect enough of the resources to get that full reward. This extended weekly event is a great way to show how impactful and important weekly events are in progressing out of middle game. Here you could just see the amount of rewards for killing each monster. You'll get gems, gold, a chance of prophet orbs, heroic 5-star hero shards, skin shards. You have shelter missions, which are a great way to get gear and high tier heroes. You also have a few of these other special idle campaign resource events, which give you resources, icons, gear, etc. As well as this one has a heroic summon event as well, which, as I was saying, is a little bit harder to complete without spending real money. But if you can get these high tier rewards, or you skip a few events, it can be extremely beneficial in progressing efficiently through middle game. I can't stress enough how important it is to join an active guild that is around your skill level. Mostly the mill, raid, and guild wars are all methods of generating guild coins and gold, which can be spent at the store or the tech. What I would recommend is maybe only buy a few heroes. Oramis, maybe Queen. Don't go too crazy. I did on my other account, and it really put me behind in late game because I did not have the buffs that the tech tree grants. So what you can see here, I put about 100,000 guild coins in, and it raised my might about 15%. So join an active guild, be active in it, have fun, interact with the members, and use those valuable resources to your advantage to help you progress through middle game. Up until this point, the guide was completely free-to-play oriented. However, if you do have the means to spend some additional cash on the game, this is what I would put it towards. When spending cash, I really only think the mini and monthly cards are worth it, along with the 2-time gem deals. Other than that, I think a lot of the 5-star heroes and other packs or offers are extremely overpriced. And unless you're a whale and are willing to drop hundreds of thousands of dollars on the game, I would not put your money towards that. Now, realizing that that is just going to most of the time get you more gems, these are the things that I would spend those gems on. I am going to go over all the areas where you can spend some additional gems to try to shorten the grind through middle game. First, we have the tavern, and like I was saying, if I have the gems, I usually try to refresh my quests until I have all 3 stars or above. So here, if I had more gems and I had more to spend, I would refresh until everything was 3-star or greater, because this can be extremely helpful in not only completing the tavern quest, but actually gaining more gems if you have the means to do so. Moving on to the marketplace, I still wouldn't spend gems on refreshing. However, you won't run into the issue of being able to purchase all the items and maybe free refreshing multiple times per day, whereas if you're a free-to-play player, you might not have that capability to buy whatever you want. Another big area is the Aspen dungeon. Like I said, I still wouldn't buy from primary, but the medium, if you have some deals there, you'll probably be able to purchase more heroic scrolls, and the senior merchant, you'll most likely be able to purchase all the heroic scrolls, all the offers. I still, unless you have a ton of gems to waste, I wouldn't buy the 5-star heroes, because I've done that a few times and always regretted it. I've never got a good hero from that. Last but not least is the event raids. First, as you're already spending getting as many extra battles as you can for the hero challenge, I would also do the gold challenge next, max that out. If you still have gems and you're not worried about spending them, do the brave challenge as well. So in order of importance, mostly I would say hero challenge, gold, and then brave challenge. But that is all on how to spend those additional gems. That concludes my mid-game guide. I hope all of you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit me with subscribe and show your support, as well as feel free to comment below with anything that I might have missed, or things that you like or were confused about. This video has been much waited for. A lot of people have been asking for it. So I hope I delivered a simple, straightforward guide. I know there's a lot of material, so please feel free to ask me any questions personally on Reddit, on YouTube. I will try to answer them as fast as I can. But you guys are great, and EmParallax here, and remember, it's all about how you look at things.